Weapons have been dropped on Tremla, a village in the southern part of Idlib province. For more on this, Obeda Hito is in Hatay for us. It's in southeastern Turkey. Obeda, what more can you tell us about this explosion in Azaz?
This explosion just happened about 1.5 hours ago. This evening is one of the last nights of the fasting month in Ramadan. People in Syria, under normal conditions, would normally be in the marketplace as they were this evening. This was a car bomb that was placed in a busy marketplace where people were preparing for the holiday. The number of people that are dead is increasing as we speak. We're getting information that the number may have increased to at least 14 people who have been killed, and there's dozens of injured people, including 2 children and 3 women. This is a place where families were buying new clothes, were buying food and sweets, and preparing for the holidays. Local security sources that we spoke to on the ground from the Free Syrian Army told us that they suspect it's the PKK terrorist group's Syrian wing, the YPG, who planted this bomb, and that's why Turkey has been busy and insistent on fighting this terror group in northern Syria. Of course, Azaz was cleared from Daesh in 2000 in an operation that started in 2016, and then a consecutive operation, a second operation actually, which started in 2018, aimed to clear the PKK's YPG wing from the Afrin region, which is just adjacent to Azaz. But the terror group continues to pose a threat to this part of Syria, as well as the civilians in this area. And this attack is proving to be one of the deadliest in quite some time.
A really volatile situation there at the moment. And what we've seen in Azaz this evening, and then what we're hearing coming out of Idlib and Hama provinces, they're very disturbing at the moment. They obviously have a great effect on the people living there. What's the situation like for civilians on the ground?
For the past month, Russia and the regime have continued with their escalation throughout the fasting month, the holy fasting month of Ramadan. Most of the people, the vast majority of the people actually living in Idlib province and northern Hama are Muslims, and they're fasting, observing a fast this month. However, the regime in Russia continue to conduct airstrikes, artillery strikes, drop barrel bombs, and there's repeated reports of the use of different kinds of chemical weapons, including chlorine and different other kinds of weapons which are also banned by international law, like incendiary weapons such as napalm and white phosphorus. These attacks continue to attack civilian locations, to attack hospitals. This is forcing people to flee from their homes in southern Idlib. They're fleeing to northern Turkey. However, the UN has confirmed that many of the aid organizations that were previously operating in Idlib province have had to suspend their operations because of the escalation and because of the dangerous situation in Idlib province. And that's making it very hard for the civilians who have fled southern Idlib and northern Hama to the north to find any kinds of support. We've seen people living under trees. We've seen people living out in the open. That includes men, women, children, elderly people. They're living without access to water, without access to electricity, without access to medical care. And the situation, as you might imagine, while they're preparing for the holidays, is very bleak. And it doesn't seem like there's any hope that the escalation is going to let up anytime soon. There have been some diplomatic efforts to get Russia to back off, or to pressure on the Assad regime in order to back off, but that hasn't, come to fruition as of yet.
Very bleak situation there indeed. Obeda Hito live to us there from Hatay on the Turkey-Syrian border. The U.S. Secretary